Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, the Clueless Luthier. Today we're going to start by getting the back ready to glue on to the sides. And to do that, we have to reduce the thickness of the braces where it meets the body down to 0.1 millimeters. So let's get started. All right, once again, if you didn't see the video with me preparing the front, I'm using the disc. It's a 15-foot radius dish, which is the one I used to create this. And the sandpaper really holds it in place well. And I'm going to also, I have a backstop, a board with clamps here as a backstop. And so I'm going to start using this chisel, and I'm going to start taking these braces down. Okay, undo the other side. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I have to remove the waist clamp. And for anyone who's been watching my videos, I'm a little nervous because they weren't bent a lot and I had to really force that on there. So I want to make sure I'm ready. So what I'm doing is I need to take off the excess right here so that I can put it on from the other direction right away for my own sanity. So all right, here goes. Okay, so far so good. Turn this over. Look at that. All right, we have success. Now, I can take the cardboard out. And there you have it. Do a little cleanup on this. But that looks pretty darn good. Okay. The next thing I have to do is put in the vertical supports here. So that's what I'll start on next. All right, something I wanted to show you. When I was gluing on the rims, I made the comment at the time that I wished I had started from this end instead of this. The reason is that the seam between the two pieces ended up like right by the waist. And I was right. When I got this off and I took a close look at it, the rim was not glued to the side for about that much. Right, there was a gap. So what I'm doing, I took some painter's tape, taped this off, and when I built my work table, I saved sawdust, which has come in handy for a couple things. But one is, I've then kind of pushed it down into that hole, filled that hole with sawdust. So now what I'm going to do is take a little number 10 AC glue, super glue, because it's thin enough to soak down in, and I'm just going to squeeze some down there. Yeah, that's going in good. Probably might be getting out of hand. Okay, and then I'm going to let that set up. All right. That looked good. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I've already measured and marked. There's 3 places on each side that takes a support that looks like that. That's for the other side. And so what I need to do is measure. Kind of hard to see from this angle. And always file a little shorter. Take my chisel and break it off. Make sure it fits nice and tight. Keep it too tight. A little sandpaper here. This might work better. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just sanding the ends a little bit so that it fits. Okay. Then I'm just going to, just to make it look better, put a little angle on the inside. Take off the rough edges. And that'll be ready for that one. All right, I'm going to do this one side at a time just because of the clamps I have and how they seem to be working. Okay, I have the supports in on both sides. The next thing to do is to radius the sides, where the liner, so that it's at the same angle as the back in order to glue. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, first I'm going to do, like I did on the front, I really do have to get a white pencil, it would work better. Is put lead here, mark this so I can see when I'm hitting the sides of the guitar. All right, now start to radius. All right, the lining is done. This is sanded all the way around. The next thing to do is to cut the channels for the braces on the back. So let's go do that. Okay, let me explain what I've done so far here. I have the center lines marked at both ends. I also did underneath. I cut that center brace, it's really a back strap, to the exact length that this should be at, because the ends were bowed out a little bit, which I guess can be expected. So what I've done is I've clamped this down and made sure that this is pushed against that back brace. I brought this together so that this was also pushed against a back strap, which I know is the right length. And I double checked that there's an 1/8 inch at each end, which is correct. So now what I'm going to do is mark where these braces are so I can cut them out. I transferred those marks to the top. Now, use a straight edge, mark the angle at which it shall be cut, which is, I mean, basically straight across, but since the lining or the sides are curved, it'll be a little harder to tell. Where's that? There we go. Okay. Let's make a little line. Oops. Didn't go where I planned. All right, a little slowly here. I don't want to take much out. Okay, it's time. Time to put the back on the body. I've done a dry run. I have my clamps all laid out and pretty much the size. I'm going to have to pull this together this way this time a little bit. So I have another clamp for that. So let's get started. All right, it's all glued up. Now we just have to wait for it to set up. And I have a feeling I'm gonna leave it overnight because it's about the end of the day here. So I'll see you in the morning. Bye. All right, it's the moment of truth. Ooh, careful, Mark. All right. And everything seems, whoops. I think okay. Cool. I'm excited. It's finally looking like a guitar. Got some marking here from the that waist clamp that I'll have to work out, but I should be able to scrape that out and sand it. But yes, I'm happy. I'm happy. So, well, thanks for stopping by and watching the process. And next, well, I have to take off the extra, take these off, and work on the binding. And I actually have to, I think, order some tools for that. But we'll see. All right. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.